Kit Fisto, why did he never talk in the movies? Chapter 1. The Silence of the Not Alone. In the year 41 before the Battle of Yavin, lightsabers hummed in the training chamber of the Jedi Temple. The green glow of Kit Fisto's weapon illuminated his head tentacles as he executed a sequence of movements no other Padawan had ever seen before.
Your style is peculiar, young Fisto, unlike anything we have seen before.
The Force has guided me on a different path, Master.
Olfactory receptors in their tentacles picked up on subtle variations in the pheromones of those present, an ability unique among Jedi.
Master, the other Padawans don't understand your way of fighting. They say it's unorthodox.
Orthodoxy is only the first step towards understanding, my young Padawan. Observe.
Kit executed a series of fluid movements reminiscent of Anselm's glee flows.
Look how he moves. It's like gravity doesn't exist for him. His movements are hypnotic.
Your technique defies the basic principles of lightsaber combat. Ki.
Water knows no beginnings, Master Windu. It just flows.
A group of young initiates stood at the entrance, fascinated by the spectacle.
Why are you smiling while fighting?
It's part of your meditation technique, right, Master?
Serenity doesn't have just one way of expressing itself. The ocean can be calm and still contain storms in its depths.
Kit began a new sequence, more complex than the previous one.
Fascinating. Form I has never been performed this way.
Traditional shapes are like the shores of an ocean. We can stay on the shore or venture into the depths.
But Master, how do you maintain that concentration without saying a word?
Silence is my wisest teacher, Bant. In it I hear the currents of the Force with crystal clarity.
Kit's tentacles undulated as he adopted a unique combat stance.
You have found a new way of understanding the Force. Interesting. Very interesting.
The ocean taught me that resistance breeds resistance. Water doesn't fight rock. It surrounds it, accepts it, transforms it.
Could you demonstrate a real combat with this technique?
Bant, would you help me?
The Padawan activated her lightsaber with determination.
Should I attack with all my strength?
The Force is irrelevant. Feel the currents of the Force.
The duel began. Bant struck with precision and speed, but Kit moved like water itself, dodging each blow with seemingly no effort.
It's impossible to touch it.
Watch how he uses his opponent's momentum.
Kit's movements became more fluid, his saber tracing patterns that seemed to dance with the light.
Don't think about your next move, Bant. Let the Force guide you like the currents guide the fish.
But I can't even predict your movements.
Because you're trying to see with your eyes, not the Force.
The duel continued, attracting more spectators.
His connection to the Force is extraordinary.
And all without losing that enigmatic smile.
Kit executed a series of defensive moves that seemed to defy physics itself.
The perfect defense is not a wall, but a river that flows around the obstacle.
It's like trying to hit water itself.
Finally, Kit deactivated his saber and bowed.
True victory lies not in dominating your opponent, but in understanding that we are all one in the Force.
You have taught us a valuable lesson today, young Fisto. You have.
The masters began to discuss among themselves the implications of this new technique.
The Council will want to document this method.
The method is just the beginning, Master Windu. True understanding comes from inner sight.
As the others dispersed, Kit approached his Padawan.
How do you understand why I smile during combat?
I think I'm beginning to understand, Master. It's not arrogance.
It's the joy of being in perfect harmony with the Force.
Chapter 2. Years passed. It was 30 years before the Battle of Yavin, and the platforms of Kamino rose above a raging ocean. The incessant rain beat against the transparent domes of the floating city, creating an aquatic symphony that only the most sensitive to the Force could interpret.
Do you feel the disturbance in the tides, Ayla?
There's something strange about them.
The Force flows differently here, like a river that finds an invisible dam.
Kit Fisto's tentacles wave gently, picking up on the subtlest variations in the air.
Sensors are detecting activity beneath the surface, but I'm unable to determine its exact origin.
Tools are useful, but the Force whispers deeper truths.
A group of long-necked Kaminoans approached along the curved corridor, their movements fluid as water itself.
Jedi Masters, our systems have registered anomalous fluctuations in Sector 7.
The readings are disconcerting. Ocean currents shouldn't behave like this.
Water has memory, scientists. Every wave tells a story.
Are you suggesting that the Separatists are manipulating the currents?
I suggest we let ourselves be guided by what we don't see.
Kit Fisto's tentacles tensed imperceptibly as he closed his eyes.
Should we send reconnaissance probes?
Probes would alert our enemies. Silence will be our advantage.
A young Mon Calamari appeared in the doorway of the control room, his eyes adjusting to the dim lighting.
Master Fisto, the Council has assigned me as your Padawan.
The Force brings you at an interesting time, young Nadar.
Reports mention separatist activity. We could organize a preemptive strike.
And what does the ocean teach us about hasty attacks?
So, the biggest waves aren't always the most effective?
The deepest currents are the ones that really shape the seafloor.
After resolving the crisis on Camino through patient observation, Kit Fisto was called to Mon Calamari, where tensions between species threatened to erupt into civil war.
We demand full access to the underwater farming fields.
Those territories have belonged to our people for generations.
The ocean recognizes no borders.
A deep silence filled the room.
Look at the currents around us. They don't distinguish between Quarren and Mon Calamari.
What do you propose, Jedi Master?
Your ancestors understood the dance of the tides. They swam together, sharing resources.
You speak of ancient traditions.
I speak of the wisdom that the ocean whispers to us.
For the next few solar cycles, Kit Fisto barely spoke a word. He simply swam between the two delegations, pointing out with gentle gestures the patterns of the water, the migration routes of the schools of fish, the natural cycles that understood no politics.
Perhaps we could establish shared fishing grounds.
And mixed advice for its management.
Water always finds its way.
By the 10th cycle, the peace treaty was signed without a single shot having been fired. Nadar Veb, who had observed the whole process, approached his master.
I don't understand, Master. You have barely intervened.
Sometimes silence is the best mediator, young Padawan. Men wisdomans will also and front Padawan. Like the ocean, it needs no words to shape the hardest cliffs.
Final chapter. In the year 22 before the Battle of Yavin, the halls of the Jedi Temple throbbed with an unusual energy. Kit Fisto stood in meditation in the temple gardens, his tentacles swaying in a non-existent breeze.
Master, the Council requests your presence.
The time has come, then.
The two Jedi walked through the majestic halls of the temple, their footsteps echoing on the polished marble.
Aren't you nervous, Master?
Nervousness is born from attachment to a specific outcome.
But this is the Jedi Council. Your appointment could...
Water doesn't care where it will flow. It just flows.
Before the imposing doors of the council chamber, Nadar paused.
I will wait for you here, Master.
Kit Fisto, the council awaits you.
The doors slid open with a whisper. The light of the Coruscant dawn bathed the circular chamber, where 12 of the most powerful Jedi in the galaxy awaited.
Requested your presence. We have, Master Fisto.
And here I am, ready to serve.
Your achievements in Mon Calamari have resonated even to the ends of the galaxy.
Although your methods are unconventional.
Is there only one path to the truth?
A hologram came to life in the center of the room, showing the conflict resolved in Mon Calamari.
3 days. 3 days without saying a single word, just watching the negotiations.
And in those 3 days, how many truths were revealed in the silences?
The Mon Calamari called you the silent mirror.
Because sometimes what we need is not just another voice, but a reflection of our own words.
The hologram changed, now showing reports of separatist activity.
The galaxy is on the brink of war. We need strong voices, decisive action.
And isn't patient observation the most decisive of actions?
The Separatists will not wait while we watch.
The hasty hunter scares away his prey. The patient learns their routines, their weaknesses.
A new hologram showed troop movements on Geonosis.
What do you see in these reports, Master Fisto? Doe?
I see waves on the surface, but the deep currents tell a different story.
Elaborate, you must.
These movements, they're too obvious, like a school of fish swimming on the surface to distract from the predator lurking in the depths.
Are you suggesting there's more at stake?
The ocean doesn't reveal all its secrets on the surface.
The masters exchanged meaningful glances as Kit approached the hologram.
Look at these patterns. These are not conventional military movements. They are decoys.
Powerful like preface, or
to make us look towards Geonosis, while something bigger is brewing in the shadow.
There is wisdom in your words. A new member of the council is needed.
Kit's tentacles rippled gently as a serene smile spread across her face.
The honor is only as great as the responsibility that comes with it.
Your unique perspective will be vital in the times ahead.
Shadows lengthened across the room as the sun over Coruscant began its descent. Kit Fisto remained silent, his enigmatic smile hiding the depth of his thoughts as the galaxy hurtled toward a conflict that would change the fate of all.
Your path on the Council has begun. May the Force be with you, Master Fisto.
And so, as he had entered, Kit Fisto took his place among the wisest of the Jedi, his smile bearing witness to the events that would soon shake the very foundations of the Republic.